Hopefully today's video will look and sound a bit better. Nigel, thank you for being so kind as to say that it didn't look terrible or sound terrible, but it bloody well did. So, as you know, yesterday it turned out to be a pretty stressful day, and by the end of it, I was really wiped out. So, first of all, I don't know how much of the story I told you, but basically, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, basically, my daughter's car's on a PCP. The company, Toyota Finance, decided to collect the final balloon payment without informing her. And so there's a massive overdraft when she woke up. So she was in tears, and then I had to go and sort out the finance people, and then we had to sort out a replacement car, and all that was done within a day. When I was starting to get the news, I was in Brompton Road picking up the MacBook Neo, which I have still yet to open, as you can tell. So I was up in Brompton Road, which is where I recorded that. Because I was in a rush, I thought, basically there's two mics that I use on this Canon. I use the one I've got now, which is a Rode with a little dead cat on it, which is lovely, my favourite one. But I didn't think I'd packed it in my camera bag, which is unlike me, but I thought I'd left it behind. So I used the Hollyland wireless mic. The two levels are very, 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 very different. And I thought I'd check the levels, but clearly I hadn't, and it was clipped. So the colour was a little bit off, and it was clipped. I rushed in here last night about 4:30 because I wanted to get that posted. Then I heard how bad it was, and I thought it looked bad. But I had an option: either no video would go up, and that wasn't an option, or I had to put that up. So part of the deal is that you know you're getting genuine content, and I'm going to try to keep this vlog going every single day. Today, I finalised sorting out the car, and I was in here by about, I guess, 10, and I was craving a boring, mundane day, and so far it's ticked all those boxes. I've got around to answering all the comments I needed to do. I popped in to see a supplier that I needed to. I've done invoicing. I've done all those kind of things that I've been overlooking recently. And I had so much on my mind, I actually turned to using a physical notebook. My Moleskine came out again. I haven't used a notebook in ages. Perhaps all part of my detoxing thing. So anyway, I'd had a much, much calmer day today so far. I'm in the middle of proofreading the story that I started writing on Saturday. I've just got to finish that off, and that's another thing off my list. And once that's done, the main thing then I want to do for the rest of the day is outline the story for the video this week, which we need to do with the MacBook Neo and external displays. Weather permitting, I can get up to London Wednesday or Thursday to shoot it, and that gives me sort of Friday/Saturday to edit it and so on. There was other things I wanted to mention. I've noticed there's been a lot more videos recently about, certainly the people I watch, talking about the changing algorithms, talking about the changing tide, the changing feelings, the changing approach to YouTube, and the need to be regular, the need to post, the need to keep content coming, just to keep posting, which, as you know, is something I'm trying to do. And I'm really glad that I've started this channel. Clearly it's not, I was hoping by now it might be up to a few hundred subs, and it's not. But I kind of enjoy sitting down and talking. And I think the few of us that sit and watch this kind of enjoy it when the audio and sound's okay. So it's just interesting. There seems to be a definite feeling and a definite flow that things are changing. And I want to be on top of that. And that also applies to the main channel, where I'm trying to be a little bit more chatty and a bit more relaxed, and just show a bit more of my character, not be quite as wooden. And also, I've noticed that since I've been posting videos that are more aimed at the budget devices, there's been a lot more interest. And certainly this retro thing that I've been talking about has caused a lot of interest as well. The iPod, the mechanical watch, the using the 17E, all of these things are causing interest. And you know that I rent a studio above a firm of architects. And I was talking to one of those over lunch. Sounds like we were sitting down having a formal lunch. He was eating a bowl of soup. I was getting a glass of water. But hey, we'll call it over lunch. And I was talking to him. And they've noticed a massive downturn in inquiries, in payment terms, in what people are willing to pay. And I think what's going on politically, and as you know, I'm not a political person at all, so the colour, whether it's red or blue or whatever, doesn't matter. I'm not political at all, but Trump seems to be doing some damage, that's for sure. And whatever uncertainty that's causing seems to be rippling through. And then I start to think, well, if people haven't got much money, the last thing they're going to do is then watch a channel about premium products they can't afford. It doesn't make any sense. It's rubbing salt in the wound. I know we all like to have a bit of switch off, but I don't think you're going to really hurt yourself by looking at a £5,000 Mac that you can't possibly afford. So I don't know. I think this idea of the digital detox that I've struck on, and also the slightly less expensive devices, sits really, really well. I'm enjoying making it, and I think there's content there to be made as well. So I'm going to carry on doing that for a time. Um, I think it's just the mood of the moment. I think it's just the feeling of what's going on. So I haven't got around to opening that MacBook yet, as you can tell. So my plan is to at least get it set up on my basic iCloud account and to have it functioning at least. I don't think I need to put all of my different email accounts now. Just put this Talking Tech account on there and log into Creative Cloud. It's so annoying with Creative Cloud. You can only have 2 machines logged in at once. I have to boot one of them off. But at least that way, for instance, that few weeks ago when I lost all my pictures that lunchtime, that was because I was trying to work on the iPad. I've got a feeling it might be that I use the iPad less now because obviously I've got Mac OS on here and I can do things in Lightroom very quickly and easily. So it'd be interesting to see what that is like to carry about, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do that this week. There was something else I was going to talk to you about and my mind has just gone blank on me. Oh yes, the iPod. It had a moment over the weekend, but it is working properly now. And it takes me back so long. The guy I bought it for, who works for the architects, who's become a good friend of mine, he's only same age as my daughter, he's 27. So it's retro to him, whereas to me it's part of my past. And I remember having one. One of those got nicked by a delivery driver when I had a print factory. It was the 80 gig one that got nicked. And it just takes me back the way you have to download an album, because it doesn't like obviously streamed music because it's not physical. So luckily, because of all my music library, I've got loads of CDs, so you have to physically download an album and then you have to sync it. And I forgot you can even put photos and videos on there as well, and contacts. I've forgotten it had all of that in there. And there's odd things you forget. Now I just went over to get some lunch from a deli over the road and I took the earphone out and of course it was still playing. You forget little things like that as well. It's really strange how the mind plays tricks on you. But even using this, I haven't used a paper. My Moleskine notebook hasn't been used in years, and as I had so much on my mind, I thought, you know what, I'm going away. And it's been actually quite. What's happening to me? What is going on with me? Why am I enjoying this simpler life? I've taken more apps off to the front page of my 17E, so I think I've only got 4 on there now. There's a calendar widget at the top. Even that might go, to be honest, and. Then there's just Instagram, Lightroom, YouTube Studio and YouTube. I think that's it, apart from the few icons at the bottom. So I really am serious about this stripping back at the moment, and I'm kind of enjoying it and liking it. And talking about keeping things simple, I don't know, it seems to just declutter the mind a bit. Did you notice that Casey put up a video last night as well, talking about how his sort of mind maths works out? And I was I watched that video last night. I watched Matty's latest video, because Matty apparently is doing 2 videos a week at the moment. But again, that goes to show you, if you're not stuck in an absolute alleyway, like I can really only make videos about Apple gear on my main channel, if you free yourself up like I can with this, you can sit down and talk about anything. I mean, for instance, that car finance company I was talking about, I couldn't possibly have spoken about that on the main channel, and yet here I can say, you know, isn't it odd that they're saying, well, we sent a letter, it's an address she moved from. Yes, she was in the wrong, she moved from that address and hadn't updated the file, but wouldn't you have thought in this day and age that Financial House, if they hadn't had any answers, would have sent an email, would have sent an SMS text message, would have phoned, just to send one letter to one address and have no response, and then to take a massive amount of money? Now, see, that's my point. I can sit and chat to you here about anything that's on my mind any given day, and that way you can kind of make regular content. I was making notes this morning as I was writing about not wearing the Apple Watch, and I've written it here, video ideas, watch. I know when I sleep. I don't need to be told I've had a good night's sleep, because you know, you get that little note, you know, excellent, you've had an excellent night's sleep. Well, I kind of already know that, as I'm sure you do. And also, I know if I've had a day where I've done a lot of walking and had a lot of steps. I don't need to be told. I know if I spent a day in London, I would have done about 20,000 steps easily. And today I know I've done next to nothing, because normally I go out and do cardio in the morning, but I had to go to the car dealership and sort that out. So, you know, and also it's put me in charge of my tech again, and kind of I've written enough is enough. So those are just outlines I was writing. Whether that becomes a video or not on the main channel, I don't know. But that's the way my mind kind of works. I'm sitting here writing, and then, or working, and then things come to your mind, and you suddenly just jot something down. So I thought I'd get this video recorded now, while there's a bit of good natural light coming in. We're in British summertime now, which is exciting. Although sometimes when I'm in London shooting, I want some night shots, and now I've got to wait longer. I should have thought of that. But yes, we're in British summertime, which is very exciting. So we get long summer evenings around the corner. And I thought if I break and do this now, I can get this uploaded while I'm still finishing off writing the blog. So I can get, if I can get the blog written, and then it just needs one more read through tomorrow, have all the pictures put in, have all the hyperlinks put in. Oh, on that front, two things. First of all, before I sign off, I've been having dealings with Insta360. I thought it was a scam, but it wasn't. It was from Insta360. It was all their email. They asked for rates. We're getting on really well. They wanted a package. They wanted two dedicated and one tutorial video. It was all going really well. Then they said we were intending to send you devices in exchange for videos. And the videos they're asking, 2 dedicated and 1 tutorial. That's a lot of work. I'm not doing that just for product. No way am I doing that for product. It just makes no sense at all. So unfortunately, it looks like that one's coming to an end. And I thought I was going to mention another brand to you. It slipped my mind. I must be making notes about this as well. But yeah, it looked promising. And things still do feel a bit more promising. I haven't heard back from the London podcast show whether I'm going there or not yet. I did apply for press passes. But anyway, that's a little way away. I can worry about that another day. But yeah, I think that's kind of got everything up to date. And it's just nice having a slow day where I can just do everything I want to do. I've got a coffee sitting over there waiting to be drunk. There was something to do with the blog that I was finishing off, and I was going to say if I can do that. Anyway, while I'm finishing that off, I can then upload this. I know that's done, and I can hopefully have a bit of peace of mind tonight, knowing that it's not going to sound awful and look awful, and then carry on. I've done a photo edit, that's done for the day, so I'm going through my to-do list very, very well. Anyway, I think I'm rambling. I think I can be genuinely accused of rambling, so I'm going to stop now, get on with the writing, get that done, and have a good, productive day today. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. But a calm day. Anyway, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Thank you all so very much for taking the time to let me just wander into life every day and just have a little chat with you. It's fun. Speak to you tomorrow.